Man, I have just about lost all hope in humanity. Like the stuff that I have heard this week online is just absolutely ridiculous.
Good thing you stopped with just this week.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude. Okay. So, craziest thing I've heard this week is I found out that there is a lady who makes $50,000 a week.
A week.
A week.
Okay. Don't do the math.
That's good money, right?
Mm-hmm.
She must be super
It gets you by.
intelligent. Yeah. Super intelligent, has a huge business, all this other kind of stuff, right? Guess what she does.
Well, as long as you're not selling bath water or used underwear, I think we'll be all right.
Oh, okay. Oh, this woman, $50,000 a week.
What country is she from? Okay.
US, yeah.
So this is bad on us. Got it.
Oh, this is all us, yeah.
Okay.
Now, I don't know what's worse, what she does or who she does it for. But
Oh boy.
This woman, I say it again, $50,000 a week. She pre-chews food for toothless men.
Hey.
Wait.
I'm not even mad at that. Sign me up.
Wait.
Bro.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Time out, man. Time out. What are you talking about? Choose up food.
A blender could do this, right?
Right, yeah.
All right, you got to give me a little bit more detail to this.
That's it.
That's the detail.
That's the detail. She makes $50,000 a week.
Does she pre-chew it up and then ship it, or is she like,
Yep.
What? No way.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
No, I don't believe you.
She gets a menu. They tell them what they want. She gets the food. She chews it up, and if I'm not mistaken,
does she get to choose?
She they get to choose, and she chews. So I guess she like films herself eating this food and then packaging it up, and then yeah.
So they get the full experience without having the full experience.
Yeah. So hey, there's still plenty of money to be made out there, folks. Just if you got a dream,
go get it.
Lord have mercy.
So that is yeah. I think you said that was the craziest thing this week. That's up there. I don't think there's. I don't think I got too much to beat that.
So
I'm still trying to think that. So I mean, Kyle, there's got to be some more information. So what are we looking at here? How much is it costing somebody to have their food pre-chewed?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know that.
Kyle wasn't looking for himself. He was looking for a friend.
Yeah. I wasn't looking at all. That just popped up on the feed, and I'm like, popped up on the feed.
Yeah, I see what you did there.
Nice. I didn't even mean to do that.
Can you? All right. So this is being shipped out. So I work for one of the largest shipping companies in the world.
This is really eating you up.
I can imagine FedEx, UPS, Postal Service showing up at this person's place going, hey, you ship out a lot of stuff. What do you do for a living? I chew up food and I ship it out.
None of your business.
Yeah, none. Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
People. Oh,
but they all like seafood. Remember that
joke
from a
kid?
It,
all right.
Man.
Boy.
That is absolutely.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I could have done without knowing about all that. That's gonna be on my brain for a little bit. So it's like,
I can tell it's weighing on you a little bit.
No, man.
Well, that's crazy. It's not quite Crazy Train. So you guys heard of the 00 agent that has passed away, the Ozzy Osbourne?
I did hear about that.
Not that I was a super fan of the music or whatever, but he's a rock legend icon. His face is plastered on everything, when you think of music and all that. So yeah, he lived 76 years with all of the activities and chemicals and fill in the blank.
Yeah,
still made it to 76.
Hey, is Keith Richards still alive?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm assuming from the Rolling Stones, because that's the epitome of walking already fully embalmed.
I do.
So when he passes away, they're just going to slide him into the box and go, he's good.
Yeah,
He's good.
he's had so many blood transfusions and everything. It's unreal. But dude, so Ozzy, he did have a pretty wild career, and he toured like even into his old age. I
So
mean,
his last couple days.
I was about to say he was still doing his thing out there, from what I
He finished
understand.
his tour this year.
Yeah, it was like what, last week or 2 weeks
Yeah,
ago?
a few weeks ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh man,
Now, he
I
was
don't
sitting
know
in the
what he died
chair,
from.
but
Though.
oh yeah, I don't know either.
No,
What he passed away from?
yeah, I don't know.
I believe Ozzy had Parkinson's. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was probably part of his health. I know it was part of his health issues. Whether or not he actually passed away from that, but I would most likely guess it was a cause.
I
Led to
didn't
the
I didn't
cause.
know he had Parkinson's. I thought that
Yeah.
was just
Mhm.
effects of his drug use, just him just being all hey,
Well,
whatever.
Yeah, he had
yeah,
Parkinson's.
yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was just drug and infused or whatever. I don't know, but so all right. So yeah, he had some hits out there, but you know what? One of the biggest things he was famous for, right?
Oh,
The bat.
The bat. Yep, biting the heads
yeah,
off of bats on stage. Yeah,
Yeah. That
yeah.
yeah.
I not okay with that.
No,
At all,
no,
at all.
Is that where
no.
the 2019 2020 disease came from?
Possibly, it's all Ozzy's fault. Yeah.
Ozzy started the go.
Yeah. Who knows? That's
Oh
crazy,
man.
man. Yeah.
Mm.
Well, speaking of this week, Kyle, and speaking of this day, so on this day,
Hmm.
July 22nd,
Today?
2025. Yep. Some things happened in history, some notable things. One of them was a man named Wiley Post. He solo flight around the world, became the first person to fly solo around the globe or the world, completing the journey in 7 days, 18 hours, and 49 minutes. That is thing now. So in 1933, they were clocking that sucker all the way down to where the wheels were in the chocks. They're like,
Wow.
all right, yeah, good job, son. But so yeah, 1933. That's incredible. I mean, you think about it. When were the Wright brothers? When did they come out with Kitty Hawk? That was early 19. I want to say like 1913 or something was Kitty
Yeah,
Hawk or somewhere there.
it was really it was in the teens. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I
it
was
was.
thinking.
So I mean, we're only talking about less than 20 years
That
from
was
first flight to that.
1903.
Okay, so
1903.
it
I
wasn't
was
teens.
hey,
Okay.
hey, I was
Eh,
all over it. So 30 years later, we went from a glider with a lawnmower engine on it to this guy flying around the world in 7 days, 18 hours, and 49 minutes. I think
nice.
I would have just rounded it up and given him hey, it was 19 hours, 7 days, 19 hours. But hey,
Well,
don't matter.
you got to be specific when it comes to records. Now you got
That's
to
That's
be
true.
true.
specific.
That's true.
Was this
You
where they
know.
get the character Wile E. Coyote? Going all
Yeah.
fast all over the place.
Yeah. Mm.
Um, there's actually a record attempt right now currently going on. Something that I kind of get into. I'm all into boating and all that kind of stuff. Well, there's a small group of people, and I say small. I mean, there's a lot of people that attempt this or do this, but it's still a relatively small group of people considering that will do a journey called the Great Loop. And essentially, what the Great Loop is it's going up the East Coast, down the Mississippi, through the Great Lakes, down through down the Mississippi, all the way out to the Gulf Coast, and then back down to the bottom of Florida, making that Great Loop, right? The intercoastal waterway, all that stuff, right? Well, there is a gentleman, the fastest time that anyone has ever, a single person has ever done it. Actually, you know what? I don't know. No, it was the fastest time recorded was not a single person. There was three people on the boat. It took shifts, but there is a man that's doing this solo right now that's attempting to break the record of 19 days and 19 hours. He's doing it by himself, and get this, he's doing it on a John boat.
Oh wow.
Good luck to that.
Oh, dude, he is crushing it. He is crushing it. He has already made it. He's already made it across the Gulf, up the East Coast, through the Great Lakes, and if I'm not mistaken, he's working on his way back down right now. down go come
He's
coming
got to
down
be a
here.
redneck from the South then, or somewhere. He's like,
He is definitely a Southerner,
yep.
and
Here's-
we've been kind of cheering him on the whole way, and so at every port, every dock that's even near the water along the intercoastal waterway, there's people standing out over bridges cheering him on, bringing him food and drinks and all that kind of stuff.
yeah,
It's
and I'm,
really cool.
I'm I'm sure he's blasting Freebird too as he's coming up the intercoastal way.
And hey, this dude he beat cancer, and he's also done an Arctic trip on his John boat. Like this dude's like a real adventurer, and he's got a little age
Wait a
on him.
minute. Wait a minute. Wait a
He's
minute.
got a little age on him, and
I thought the Arctic was off limits to people. So, but I guess the
well,
belts
Arctic
right there.
waters. How
See,
about that?
huh?
Arctic waters. Let's put it like that.
Okay, because I was about to say, but here's the thing, though. You know how you always see you've seen the videos where people get too close and the
Oh,
big ship comes out. It's like
oh,
turn away,
yep,
basically
yep,
before you get blown
yep,
up. There
yep.
probably there's some cat out there with Freebird flying and got him a case of Coors or something, and he's on a jumbo. Like, just don't even bother. Just leave him alone. It's like just let
Dude,
him
I'm
go.
I'm rooting for this dude big time. He's inspired a bunch of people. Like I said, he's up there in age, and this is just one of his bucket list things, and he's doing it. So
Hey, there you go, man. Hey, make it
that's really
happen.
cool.
Why you got breath in your lungs, brother? Do it.
Yeah, go live.
Speaking of not having any breath in your lungs, so a year later, in 1934, we have the death of John Dillinger on this date today. So the
Ooh.
infamous American bank robber was shot by the FBI agents outside Chicago's Biograph Theater. His death marked a turning point in the FBI's war on organized crime.
Hmm.
Organized. So you can still do crime,
So
just can't organize it.
Yeah, just don't get organized.
don't
Yeah.
Yeah,
organize it.
just all separate. You
Isn't
know,
isn't that what government is?
I'm telling.
Just kidding, CIA. I was just kidding.
Yeah. So, but on this date, also, I'll do one more for you guys. And then this is in 1298. 1298. So this is going back a little bit. So have you heard
Okay.
of a guy named William Wallace?
Yeah,
Of course.
big
Of
sword.
course you have. We've all seen the movie with Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
That was rated R. I couldn't watch
So, yeah.
it.
Oh, so anyway, it says King Edward the First of England defeated William Wallace and his Scottish forces. A major turning point in the war of the Scottish independence, showcasing the power of English longbowmen. So the longbowmen made a difference in this war. So they're coming out there with swords, and according to lore, William Wallace, I mean, and I've actually went to the Scottish games about probably 10 years ago, and they had a replica of what they said was his sword.
Mm.
And I wish I had a picture to show you guys right now. I'd have to go back far to dig that one out. But I'm almost 6'3", and that sword was about as long as I am tall.
Wow.
And that was
What?
supposed to be. It's let's put it this way: it wouldn't be your first choice if you were going to go swinging in the battle. I guess. You better,
Okay, now
'cause
is this one of those things
you
like
better man up, huh?
is this one of those things where that really was his sword, or was this one of those things where they're still just trying to build him up as this bigger than life character?
Look, I think it's all a fish story. To be honest with you.
Okay.
Oh yeah, his sword was 10 feet long and weighed 130 pounds.
Okay. All right.
According to the lore, also, I think William Wallace is supposed to have been like 7 feet tall or something, and
Which
some
is not
giant,
impossible.
not impossible. But when you go back, I've watched documentaries on it,
Mhm.
and it was more of the legend that scared people than anything else. Like he was nowhere near that height, and
Right.
yeah. So it was one
I
of
got
those things where if you can get enough fear in people, it goes a long way. But yeah.
Oh, dude, that was Muhammad Ali's claim to fame was he had people beat before they ever entered the ring, you know?
Oh, he played the mental games.
Yep. Yep.
Oh yeah. Yeah. He was the best at that. But so yeah,
Man.
so there's some things that happened in history on this date. Like I said, July 22nd, 2025.
Wow. That's pretty
And yeah, I
crazy.
mean, you got John Dillinger, you got the guy flying around the world, and you unfortunately for William Wallace, screaming freedom. But yeah, so but
Man.
something that's always, and we talk about this, guys, right? We'll say we'll say a phrase, right? And we like, and then as I get older, I'm kind of like, why do we say that? Like, where did that actually come from?
Mm.
And I come to find out there's a lot of phrases that we will say throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout whatever, or whatever the circumstances are that we're around. And so I was one of those was Saved by the Bell.
I
So
saw the
you
show.
guys tell me, yeah, I've seen the show too.
Okay.
So you guys tell me, what would be the first thing to come to your mind if you heard the term Saved by the Bell?
Uh,
The TV show, first of all.
yeah, I
Oh,
was gonna
okay, that's
say,
obvious.
yeah. Other than that one, I would say go with like boxing or something like that. Whenever you're
Yeah.
getting beat up and you made it, the bell rang, so you didn't get knocked out.
Yeah.
And I would think the same way as you guys that, Saved by the Bell, I'm thinking, the show when we were younger, you guys a lot younger. Um, but also, and I would think, and I used to be a boxer. I was Golden Gloves when I was a young man and all that stuff. So there would be a point in the fight where you hear the ding ding. You're like, thank God, because I was about to get my bell rung, right? And then
Yeah.
then you start looking at where might this also have originated.
Okay.
Now get this now. Um, it says it was also used as a safety device for coffins.
Hmm.
Oh, yes, I have heard of this.
Yes.
Yes.
So literally, you could be saved by the ding, ding, ding. Hey,
I'm
I'm
in here.
still alive. I mean, because that happened.
Yeah,
People have been buried alive before, and before they put them in the ground, they're kind of giving that last little. Okay, yeah, so they're not ringing the bell, so we're just going to assume that they really are. But sometimes, could you imagine being at a funeral, all of a sudden that bell starts ringing?
yeah, I don't know how they did it though, but somehow they would have like a bell like on a stake or something like outside, on the surface, and
That's
there would
correct.
be like a
Yeah.
string run down to inside the casket.
Yep.
But so they would have to pull it or whatever. But I mean, they would also have to be pulling through all the dirt and all that stuff. Like, would it even work, or did
If
they
you
have it
want to
run
get out,
through?
you're gonna pull that
I
string.
was about to say, if you really wanted to, and it probably wouldn't take much of a jiggling too to get the bell to going, but
I don't know if you got all that compacted dirt around. I mean, I guess that's what I'd be curious about is like if they have the string run through like a pipe of some kind or something, or
That would
I'm
make
sure,
sense.
I'm sure they did. I'm sure that I've heard some horror stories though from my mother from back in the day with family members that were assumed, or is that the right word? You assume them back out of the ground. Is that amazing? That right word? You assume something or assume the body.
Yeah,
uh,
Am I using that correctly? I don't know if I am right. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying.
exhumed,
Anyway,
exhumed.
my
exhumed.
mother,
Yeah, I knew it was
what is
I
it
close.
was
called?
like, exhumed.
Yeah.
Exhumed, there we go.
I was
So,
like, yeah, but no.
my mom shared with me that we had a family member, and this is, like, way back when,
Mm,
they were moving, a grave, moving the coffin, and for whatever reason, I guess out of morbid curiosity, they looked inside of it,
don't
and they
tell me.
said that that there were scratch marks on the
I knew
inside
it.
of the coffin
I knew you
where
were going to say
their nails are actually broken off into the wood. So, yeah, so that person, whoever that
Mm-mm.
relative of mine was a long time ago, was buried alive.
Oh
So
man, I don't like that.
they could have, very well benefited from the bell.
Mm. Yeah, they assumed they were dead. So like whenever we're
that.
talking about that, like what's crazy is I think this is where we get some of these like crazy graveyard stories, right? Because I mean, in
Yeah.
reality, graveyards shouldn't be scary. If you really, really think about it, a person died and they're laying in the ground, right?
Right.
There's nothing
Well
else to say here. Dead people are dead.
well,
The dirt is dirt.
unless you're driving a
What?
Tesla and the
Oh,
screen showing, bodies moving across the graveyard and there's no one there,
have you heard about
that's
that,
that
Jonathan?
yes, I have.
What are you telling me right now?
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
Joe, fill him in,
Okay.
bro. Fill him in.
Alright.
With
There,
like their AI cameras and stuff, like
Oh, dude,
the
this is
cross
crazy.
traffic sensors.
yes, and the
What?
Tesla cars is picking up
Ugh.
there's people at the graveyard, and the car has a sensor in the front where it picks up, of
Yeah,
course, if
sonar
there's
and all
someone in
that.
front of you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's picking up things moving in the graveyard and there's nobody there.
Like it picking
Not
up,
visibly
like,
to the eyes.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
not gonna work at all.
it's showing like full human beings
So
out there that ain't
I'll
nobody
let
there.
I'll let you recant on the whole graveyard not being scary right now. Go ahead.
I'm still sticking with it because Teslas lie. That's no, that's crazy. I literally never heard that before. But
Yeah. Oh yeah.
in theory, that's what I'll go back to. Graveyards should be peaceful, right? There's
In theory, yes.
just stones sticking out of the ground, maybe some flowers here and there. They're pretty, they're quiet. Like they used to make graveyards used to be like a place to go walking. You know what I mean? They would make walking
Yeah.
trails and they'd put benches out and stuff. And then all of a sudden, like all this weird, creepy, scary stuff. It's like people getting a hold of the wrong stuff, people doing dumb stuff. You got bells ringing out of nowhere. You got Tesla ghosts flying around. This is supposed to be nice. What's going on? We need help with whatever this in between part of like you died and then now you're dead.
Well,
What's going on here?
I don't think it's like, I mean, I don't personally, I don't think any of us think that it's like the ghost of the person or anything like that. Like,
Oh shucks.
I'm thinking if it is actually reading something, if it is somehow picking up on something, that it's
Yeah.
probably, some evil spirit that's walking about dry places, that kind of thing.
Mm.
I don't know if you know this or not, but during Vietnam, and I'm sure we probably have some listeners that experienced Vietnam. Maybe they can attest to this, but you really ought to look this up if you guys haven't heard anything about this. But back during Vietnam, they had these night vision goggles. Now, night vision now is green, right? Night vision then was red. It was a different light that was used, different color spectrum, all that stuff. Well, they stopped. It supposedly the reason why they stopped using red
because it was communist.
is because just out
No,
of
it gets
nowhere.
better. Listen, yeah.
Oh, this is crazy. This is crazy. Like it first started with this helicopter machine gunner.
On the Hueys, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Was night vision, it's blackout, can't see anything, got the night vision going, and then everybody's just chilling in the Huey, and then all of a sudden the gunner just goes off, just shooting randomly. And they're like, "What are you shooting at?" And he's like, and he's freaking out, and he's talking about these giant beings and crazy things that's out and about, like that he's able to see through this red light, this, his night vision. And apparently this was not an individual, not a singular thing. This happened quite a bit from what I understand. So something was allowing them to see beyond the veil.
Wow.
Right. And then what they said was because
Or it was LSD, I don't know.
Of course, during
Either one.
Yeah, I very well could be it too. But they said during the Vietnam War, of course, there was a lot of death. And so when they were in an area where there was an experience, whether it was from our side or the other side, but where there was a lot of death taking place, is when they would notice these things would all of a sudden come into play. And like you were saying, the guy who was on the gunner, he starts firing. They're like, What are you shooting at? Stop." And he's like kind of freaking out, going, "You don't see this very large flying
Yeah.
demon-looking creature that he's shooting at?" And he said the crazy part was, when I was reading the article, was they would recognize that you could see them. Like, they would look over at the person and recognize, "Yeah, you can see me, I can see you." But it wasn't like that entity ever attacked them, but
Right.
that they said that the area that they were in, there was a high death toll, and that's when they would mostly see these things show up, is during that time. So
As
Wow.
if they like enjoyed it, like they wanted to be there to watch.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's don't know anything more than that, but Kyle, you're correct that that it wasn't just a single incident. Everyone who was wearing this particular set of night vision goggles were experiencing very similar things on foot, in the air. They see these creatures, and so it got to the point where the military said, "Okay, we're gonna have to change these from red to green because this is becoming too much of a common thing taking place."
Hmm.
And so, yeah, there you go.
There was actually a movie one time that was kind of weird like that. There was this guy that could see kind of evil creatures.
Oh, they live amongst us or something like that.
No. He had a weird name. Oh, Odd was his name. Odd Thomas. Odd Thomas was the name of the movie. So Odd Thomas, he had this girlfriend, all this kind of stuff. There was these evil creatures that he could see, and he would he wasn't able to like acknowledge that they were there, or they would come after him, kind of thing. But they would accumulate anytime something bad was going to happen. So he could always tell when there was going to be some kind of disaster or whatever, because all of these evil things would just flock to this one area. And then there was a scene kind of towards the end where there was this floods of these things coming into like a mall, and then a disaster happened in the mall. I won't give the whole thing away. I mean, it's a 20 or 30-year-old movie, but I won't spoil it for you. But anyway, it was the same kind of scenario, and I just, it's crazy how all these movies seem to just copy stuff that's happening in reality. So who am I to say that any of these guys were on LSD or that they were lying? I mean, when you hear so many accounts of something, you kind of have to go, well, maybe they did see something,
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
crazy stuff, man. So let's move into a little bit more lighthearted one here.
Okay.
So if I was to say to you guys the phrase "let the cat out of the bag," what would be your first thought on that?
Somebody who does not like cats.
Yeah.
Does not like cats. Come
You
on.
got a feline in a bag.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're letting the cat out of the bag. You're telling something that you shouldn't be telling before it's time to tell it. But I don't know
Kind of. Well,
how
it's
that.
it's more or less in today's world. If you were to let the cat out of the bag, meant you revealed a secret.
Right.
Maybe like you just said, you revealed something. Maybe you shouldn't let it out yet, right? You
Yeah,
just let the
that,
cat out
that's
the bag.
that's how we use it. But where it would come from, I don't know. Is there ever a
Okay, so
time
back
too
in
early to
the
let a cat out of the bag?
yeah, so back
Why
in
do we
the
have a
so back
cat in
in
the bag in the first place?
yeah, I
Exactly.
know, right? So back in the day, when people would go to the market on a regular basis, there were people who were scamming people. So it says this refers to market scams where a cat was sold instead of a piglet in a sack. So in the marketplace, they would put they put a cat in there and they would sell in the market, little piglets or little pigs or whatever. And so the person wouldn't know it until they got all the way home and then realized there was a cat in the bag.
Wow.
Yeah, and you're trying to make bacon, and this thing's got 9 lives. You're like, hey man, come on, hurry
Yeah,
up.
comes flying out at you with his claw.
Wow.
So, yeah,
Wow.
and then,
I mean, they both got
uh
parasites, so I think we're fine with it. You get the same
oh
result.
my gosh. Oh, yeah, yeah. So, here's another quick one for you. So, the term, "under the weather," what do you guys think? That's the easy one. What do you think? Under the weather.
Well, aren't we always under the weather?
That's what I was thinking.
Well, let's not be so philosophical, Kyle.
Killing me with technicalities.
Yeah, this is
You're
this is
not
supposed
feeling
to
good.
be
You're a little sick.
fun.
Got
We
a
gotta
little.
we gotta move away from the Tesla and ghost and demons and night goggles just for fun. What does it mean to be under the weather?
Well, I can speculate, but why don't you tell me,
Yeah.
Joe?
Well, typically it means what? We're feeling ill, right?
Yeah.
You know,
You got a little
I just had
sniffle.
a bad tooth pulled a week ago. I was feeling a little bit under the weather and wasn't feeling too hot. But what you find out, see, a lot of what I realize is there's a lot of things that we use as our terms that come from nautical things or nautical meanings. So the
That's true.
nautical
You say
terms, sailors,
okay,
yeah,
nautical. I thought you said
nautical,
nautical. I was like, what is a nautical?
no, nautical. Sorry,
Nauticals is
that's
under the ship.
Because
look. I'm
whenever
getting
you
ready to
have a
meet.
monocle, then you have a
I'm
nautical.
getting ready to meet the guy on the John boat. We're gonna drink together and go around the coast. All right, here we go. It's the sailors. It's a term. The sailors sent below deck during storms to recover.
Mm.
So
Ah,
they're
okay.
under the weather.
It's because they were
Okay.
seasick. Like they got
Yeah,
sea.
they were
Oh, okay.
seasick, so they literally put
Or
them
injured or
under
something.
the yeah, yeah,
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
yeah. So,
That makes sense. That
all
makes
right.
sense. I
And you
get
don't feel
that.
So
good, you go under the poop deck. Got it.
so here's one, and you guys may know this or you may not know this, but it's my last one. The mad is being mad as a hatter. You've heard that term before. Man, they were just mad as a hatter.
Well, somebody trying to fit one on your head, maybe they would be pretty mad.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
Because
don't
'Cause I'm
know
hurting this hat right here, boy. I think look
that.
right here. I'm down to, like
No, I don't know where that comes from.
so, I mean,
Other than
what
Alice in
if
Wonderland.
you hear to someone as mad as a hatter, what is the first thing that comes to you?
Yeah, just the Alice in Wonderland.
Well, okay, so yeah, Mad as a Hatter, and then there's Mad Hatter.
Same
Now
thing.
I don't. Yeah. I don't know why would a Hatter be mad in the first place? And mad, and I'm assuming is not angry. It's crazy.
Right, that's correct. So we
Ooh,
were
good
talking
one,
about
Kyle.
Ozzy Osbourne earlier, so I was thinking Crazy Train.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Everybody get all aboard? Yeah, here we go. So back in the day again, the hat makers used mercury, which caused neurological
Why?
damage and erratic behavior.
I can't imagine.
And so these guys would make these hats, really nice hats, and then they would wear them, and then all of a sudden they would literally go crazy. And then people are like, "What is?" And they didn't realize till later it's because of the mercury that was inside the hat that was making all these men go crazy.
Mhm.
Dude,
So when you have watched Alice in Wonderland and he is talking about the Mad Hatter, what is he always wearing? A hat.
Top hat, yeah.
yeah,
And that
of course.
hat is linked to his madness of being the Mad Hatter.
Huh.
Is that what happened to Freddie also? Freddie Mercury?
Mercury.
Oh boy.
Well, hey, we think that this generation has absolutely lost its marbles. Think about all the stuff that they put in the
The squeeze juice?
SHOTS. Yeah, this the squeeze juice that gets injected into our children.
Yeah.
All those V words that we can't say.
Or that
Yep.
metal stuff that's in your teeth?
Which they've
Mhm.
traced, they've found mercury in those
Oh, there's mercury in
very things.
most of them.
Yeah.
In
Yes.
most of them, yeah.
And
There's
yeah.
not a single benefit to having mercury in your body. Period.
Yep.
Not one.
What about the amalgam fillings in our teeth?
Yeah, horrible. Like, and if you're going to have those removed, because they're constantly leaking, and every time you brush, there's off gassing from that.
Mhm.
But if you got mercury fillings, you should have them removed by somebody who knows how to remove them without off gassing.
Right.
Like, there's people that have been unalived from their mercury fillings.
Yep.
But yeah, that's crazy, man. So that makes perfect sense. Mad Hatter, huh?
So how did they,
Yep,
why
Mad
what
Hatter.
do you know anything more than that? How did they get it in the hat? Why did they put it on a hat?
Yeah,
What was
why? What was the
what
purpose?
was any part of this?
I don't remember the full history of it, but I know that the mercury, I think it has something to do with the actual material and the way that they would mold the hat. It would
Mm,
help in the
Huh.
in the shaping and the molding of a hat. Is what I'm assuming. I don't know 100%, but I know that that's something I learned a long time ago was that, and that's why the Mad Hatter in Alice in Wonderland, it's not that he's just crazy, but he's actually wearing the hat that the term comes from. He's the Mad Hatter.
mm.
So,
Hmm.
Wow.
yeah.
I was today years old.
Yes,
Right?
sir.
Well, I will say this. For anybody who does deal with heavy metals in the body and that sort of thing, I know one of the biggest things that's out there to be able to help rid your body of heavy metals is cilantro. Now, most people, I mean, I don't know of anybody who's just like about cilantro. Most people either really enjoy it or absolutely hate it.
Mhm.
But but yeah, cilantro is really good for removing heavy metals from the body, especially those that break the blood brain barrier,
Mhm.
and which
Mhm.
is one of the biggest causes of like Alzheimer's and dementia and things like that is heavy metal toxicity in the brain. But if you're going to start consuming cilantro to get rid of those heavy metals, then it's best to use like a good carrier oil that can do this, that can work for that. And um, coconut oil
Hmm.
is a good one to use for that.
I
It'll
heard,
help.
pineapple
Trans-
pineapple was good for that too for heavy metals or for getting metals out of the body as well.
it can be. Yep, absolutely, absolutely.
For
So
sure, man.
there's your little health thing for the day.
So is
Well,
heavy metal the theme here? We got Mercury, we got removing heavy
got
metal,
Ozzy
we got
Ozzy
Ozzy.
Osbourne. I mean, yeah.
Right. Well,
Yeah, the other thing too is, real quick, be careful because I looked it up and it said that if you like tuna, it's okay to eat it, but don't eat large amounts of it because the big eye tuna is what it's called, which is what they use a lot of times for a lot of your sushi places will use, those, I mean, the big, huge, giant tunas out of the sea. And I don't know how this equates to how much you can have before it gets poisonous, but it says that it has 0.69 parts per million, the levels of mercury inside of this fish. So it's not something that you want to, like, I think, eat every day,
Mm.
or you could end up with some bad side effects. So yeah,
well, you
careful
guys
of the
need
tuna.
You got various kinds of tuna. You got your albacore, you got your blackfin, your yellowfin, your bluefin. There's multiple types of tuna out there, and some are better than others. But by far, as far as mercury content of stuff coming out of the water, all your shellfish, all your your clams, your oysters, your crabs, your shrimp, your lobster, all that stuff is loaded. Shark,
Oh yeah. Oh,
stingray,
shark is. I've actually got it right here,
scallop.
Kyle. Shark is 0.98 parts per million, or yeah, parts per million. It says mercury magnifies up the food, or yeah, this is up the food chain. Shark, swordfish is 0.99 parts per million. And then it says, and I don't know, you may know what this is, Kyle. Tilefish, maybe?
I've heard
It
it, but
says
I don't know
out
what
of
it is.
the Gulf of America. I mean, Mexico. I mean,
Mhm.
but it says on this chart, tile fish out of the Gulf of Mexico is 1.12 parts per million. It's the highest recorded levels of any fish in the ocean.
Well, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that that's probably not a clean fish, more
Yeah,
than
I
likely.
wouldn't. Yeah,
I don't know. I
yeah,
mean,
I don't know.
I don't know. I've heard the name, but I really don't know what it is. But
Yeah, apparently it's something you don't want to be eating anyway.
for sure, yeah. Um. Well, speaking of food, I got a list of some things that you might be interested in. So,
Mm.
I
If
kind of
it's
take a
food, yes.
I
Yes.
take an interest, as you well know, in all the health stuff, the health side of things. But as part of looking up what's good, you also find out a lot of what's bad, right?
Seems
Yeah.
like you've got a lot of that.
And
Mm,
man, I'm so disappointed in this one that I'm gonna share with you guys. Like, don't get me wrong, it hurt my feelings a whole lot when I learned that our Jesus chicken, Chick-fil-A, may they rest in peace. All the toxic crap that's in their food.
oh my gosh. And all the
Um,
sugar.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like,
Um,
how do we get you to eat this? Put some sugar on it.
right. I don't know why. I really don't know why I was still holding out hope that KFC was kind of okay. I,
Oh no.
I should know better because, like, literally everything they have is fried, right?
The mashed potatoes aren't.
Well, no, they do have baked chicken, right? So, all right, I got a couple of little factoids, if you will, about KFC for anyone who was holding out on thinking that they might still be a decent fast food restaurant. Are you ready, boys?
I'm
Sign
ready.
me
Hit
up.
me with it, baby.
All right. Here we go. KFC is pumped with so much sodium and preservatives, it contains more salt than an entire bag of potato chips for one piece of chicken.
Well,
Mm,
Yeah. All right. KFC's gravy.
ooh,
Yum.
I think I've read this
yeah, I
one.
know. Maybe I don't want to know.
All right. So, first of all, I'm sure you guys are aware that they're not using the healthiest oil to fry everything in, right? Yeah,
That's why it tastes so good.
it's
Mhm.
it's basically wheel grease. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So KFC's
wheel
gravy is
bearing.
made from oil and grease that the chicken was fried in and mixed with flour. Add artificial flavoring to create the brown sauce.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that's how they make it.
Yeah, that's
Which
not as
is
bad as I thought you were going to say,
Oh,
though.
it
Unless there's
gets
more
worse.
to it. Oh, does
yes,
it?
but
Oh man.
this oil and grease has been used for approximately 3+ days before it's ever
Oh,
used for the making of the gravy.
Yep.
Yay. All right. So that opens the doors to all kind of bacteria and all kind of crazy stuff. Plus the what's it called when an oil
Rancid.
goes when it goes above its burn temp, it becomes
Oh, yeah.
oh, arsenic,
well, no,
right?
Carcinogenic.
carcinogenic. Yep,
Carcinogenic. There you go.
there you
I knew
go.
we get
Arsenic.
it.
It was like immediate poison.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
they're trying to kill us.
Straight to poison.
Yeah, straight to
Well,
chip.
it might as well be at this point.
Right. Okay, KFC's chickens are raised in windowless warehouses, and
So they're all Macintosh?
they can, yeah, exactly. They can't move and are fed antibiotics
Can't
daily
move.
because to prevent disease because of their overcrowded conditions. So absolutely horrible environment for these chickens.
Mm.
Up, mashed potatoes are made from dehydrated potato flakes and contain the same artificial butter flavoring that's used in microwave popcorn. So you
Oh my
know
gosh.
that's healthy,
Yeah.
right?
That's actually, from what I've heard, is very causes cancer. It's like supposed to be like the worst, like movie theater butter popcorn is supposed to be like one of the worst things you could ever eat.
Yep. Yep.
Yes,
Nice.
Yep. All right, and I'm sure you guys are familiar with their famous bowls or whatever.
I
Oh yeah.
love the famous bowls.
Yeah, okay, so let me tell you
I
about
love them.
that.
You did.
The famous bowl
I ain't gonna lie
contains
to you, I probably still eat it. Go ahead.
over 740 calories per bowl
Yes, Lord.
It's not bad.
and 2,000 milligrams of sodium
That's
per
a lot.
bowl, which is nearly your recommended daily salt intake.
Hey,
Just
there
get
you
it.
go,
You
man.
gotta get
One
it all at
meal,
once.
one
Yeah.
and done, baby. One and done.
Yeah.
It's like taking a
All right.
supplement. You gotta get it all.
You know,
So
Jonathan, I like you more today than I did yesterday. Okay, I like that.
It's because we're almost
So,
looking the same here soon.
yeah, boy.
if you ever wanted to know KFC's recipe, the secret herbs and spices, here
The
it is,
11
boys
herbs
and
and
girls.
spices, bro.
The 11 herbs and spices. You ready for it?
Oh,
The
wait,
big
whoa, whoa, whoa,
reveal.
hold on. This is supposed to be a family secret that they like
Too late.
people have been like coveting that for a long time.
It's been out for a while.
It's been
Oh,
out.
has it?
Oh
Oh
yeah.
Yeah.
man. The
Yeah.
cat's out the bag. Go ahead, Kyle.
All right, here it goes. The secret herbs and spices: 1 teaspoon of ground oregano, 1 teaspoon of chili powder, 1 teaspoon of ground sage, 1 teaspoon dried basil, 1 teaspoon of dried marjoram, 1 teaspoon of pepper, 2 teaspoons of salt, 2 tablespoons of paprika, 1 teaspoon of onion salt, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and 2 tablespoons of uh, accent, and it's basically an MSG based seasoning. So that's it. The 11 herbs and spices, and I don't know how MSG is considered an herb or a spice, but apparently they got it in there. But here's the thing: the main ingredients for everything that's in this now is just salt and MSG.
Mm.
Yep. To enhance the flavor artificially and all that stuff, So,
Right.
the
I
chicken
ain't gonna lie
is
though, you're making me hungry. I want to go get a bucket of extra crispy right now.
the chicken is pressure fried in oil, obviously.
Oh, hold on, hold
This
on.
re
What's a pressure fried?
I
Oh,
don't
you don't know
understand
about that?
Now you got to talk to me about this.
They when they bake, this isn't like going into
It's not just a deep
uh
fryer. No.
right. It's actually pressure cooked. They actually put it in this canister. It was like a giant pressure cooker,
Mm-hmm.
and they put all the chicken in there, and they hit it with the pressure and the heat and all that stuff.
Makes all the
Yeah,
flavor
it's
get into the meat.
yep. Yeah, exactly.
Never heard of that.
Yeah, if you can do pressure cooking or pressure frying, any seasoning or oils
Yep.
or butters or any of that stuff that you have in there to flavor is going to get into the meat. It's going to
That's
force it in
another
there.
reason why you typically will never get a dry piece of chicken from them at all, because it literally
Correct.
pushes all that oil that they're cooking it in. It
In the meat.
pushes it, infuses it into the meat. So yeah.
So is that why,
Yeah.
like, when I go to Checkers, sometimes my fries taste like the little sugar funnel cake fries? I'm like, why does my French fries taste sugary? It's because they're using a deep fryer versus this place using a pressure fryer, so there's no mixing in the oil.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Okay,
I can
I
tell
don't
you
know.
this. I'm not a big fan of onion rings. I'll eat one every now and then, but I'm not a big fan of
eat
onion
one
rings.
or like a bag.
I'm not a fan of onion rings. So if I eat something, it's going to be one or two, maybe.
Wow,
Oh no.
I don't
But
even know how you stop yourself.
but I tell you what, like back when I was eating at fast food restaurants, I stopped eating at Bojangles a long time ago because I don't care what you order. If it comes out of that fryer, it's going to taste like an onion ring, and I could
Mm.
not stand it.
Well,
I
if
order
you
French fries to eat French fries. I order tater tots to eat tater tots. I don't want to order tater tots and it tastes like I'm eating an onion ring. and that's
Yeah.
exactly what they taste like.
That makes sense.
Let me say this: go to Sonic's and get you an order of their onion rings.
No,
It's like
Just
eating carnal
at the
food.
moment.
just no.
Hey, y'all, just give me a
He had
minute.
to pause. Look at
Let
him.
me
He got his
gather
eyes
myself.
closed and everything. He is reminiscing on a good time right now.
No, he's
I
praying over
just
the food
gained a
that he'll eat in the
pound by my
future.
thoughts right now. Sonic, everything. When I go to Sonic, everything
thoughts
tastes
have
like carny
calories.
food. When you're talking about sugar, Jonathan,
Mhm.
I think they just take a 5-pound bag of crystal sugar and just pour it in there while when they deep fry everything. It's like
Crystal meth.
because everything tastes sweet that comes out of that thing, man. I was like, but their onion rings,
It does it for you.
oh yeah,
It's got a domino effect. Domino's a kind of sugar.
I feel like if
yeah.
Joe was writing down his words right now at the end of his sentence, it would be Sila.
Pause and reflect. Oh Lord, I'm hungry now.
Rinse
Man.
and
I'm gonna have
repeat.
to go. Yeah.
All right, I'll give you. Sorry, I'll give you
Mm.
one more, and I'll shut it down at that. So, all right, Colonel Sanders sold his KFC recipe for only $2 million.
Only.
Yep, in 1964.
I'd take 2.
But the company is now worth over $15 billion, and he received no additional royalties. So,
Wow.
Oh wow. Well, he didn't live long after he sold it anyway, so it wasn't like, other than his family, I guess, getting anything out of that, I don't know, but
Well, he
right.
should have been a pastor because he was pretty good at passing the bucket.
y'all making me hungry. We gotta change the subject, boys.
It's too
I ain't gonna lie
soon.
to you.
Too soon.
Nothing you told me that I'd be like, oh, gravy's got what? No, I don't care. I poured over everything.
Give me double.
Over, yeah. Give me the big one, like the big family size, just for me.
Right.
Gravy is not a condiment. It is an entree in the South, right?
Good gravy, yes, good gravy. Don't give me none of that watered down stuff either now.
Right.
Right.
Trailing off the plate.
Yeah.
No, so I mean, you just got some good, solid information there, right? And you're still like, I don't care. I want what I want. So what's
Yeah.
funny is, when
Look,
we're
wait
talking,
a minute. Now, if I die from this, just do me a favor. Make sure you do set up a bell just in case.
just in case, the Taco
Just
Bell.
in case. I mean,
We'll put another
just in
tube.
case.
We'll put another tube that goes down, and we'll pour some gravy down in there for you too.
That might kick me back up. Maybe like a little.
Round 2.
Right.
Ding ding. All right. So, like I said, so we're talking about like all this interesting stuff, right? You guys are literally killing it with the calories and the salt, right? And you got to ask yourself, is this a good idea? Is this something I should do? Now, you might want to do it. That don't mean you should do it. Well, one of the
Come on, man.
questions that's been getting passed around a lot, or actually way too often, is people talking about in like church environments or people talking about in like just community environments, and they ask this question to themselves. It doesn't matter what you believe as long as you're sincere. It doesn't matter that the chicken's got 2,000 milligrams of sodium. It doesn't matter that you're not looking at Consumer Reports. As
Hey.
long as you believe it and you're sincere, it's okay.
Hey, I
Hey, look,
prayed
I'm
before
a
I
big
ate,
guy.
so
I can
God.
absorb some salt. Okay, just give me a break.
I prayed before I ate, so God cleansed it all, and took all the bad stuff out for me.
Right.
Yeah, that's how
Yeah.
that works, right?
Yeah, so there's a lot of disillusion in that. You know what I mean? It's like saying I'm not willing to deal with reality or the truth because my belief is going to carry me through this nonsense that I'm currently doing or this nonsense that I believe. And so I think what's crazy about that is it's a statement and a phrase that's been thrown around way too willy-nilly. It's just like, at a certain point the cat's out of the bag. You have to understand that you can't just say stuff and you can't just assume things, right?
Right.
It doesn't matter what you believe as long as you're sincere. It matters a lot, right? I believe that I can drive this car 200 miles an hour. That's great. You can believe whatever you want. It don't matter how sincere you are. You can push the gas pedal, ain't gonna get there. So it's just interesting
That's
to
a
me.
Prius, my guy.
You better put that junk in eco mode and hope for the best.
Right.
But yeah, so whenever we look at that, like about being sincere, right? So, you can have like faith, you can have understanding. You guys know this. Like we're having these conversations about, I don't know, we're sitting around the campfire and we're like, hey man, I believe this fire is gonna last us all night long. You could be very sincere about it, but until you get up and put the more logs on there, it's gonna die.
That's
That's how
right.
things work. So, if you're walking a certain way, you're walking a path of life, and you're just saying, "Hey, I'm sincere about everything I'm doing," but it's not based in any truth. Like, what do you really have there? And I think so many people are just like walking around in make believe land.
Yeah.
Do you see that at all? Like in the world today, of people just living in make believe land?
Oh, absolutely, dude. You can be sincere all day long, but you can be sincerely wrong about everything,
Mm.
you know?
Well, the first
Yeah,
part of that is
all day
sincere.
long.
I mean, all the different religions out there, somebody wrong,
Yeah, all
you know?
sincere, and all of them
All
believe
sincere.
they're all the right path. There's only
That's
one
right.
path, and they all have the right one.
Hmm.
Tell me how that's going to work out.
Yeah. Yeah. Y'all let me know.
Yeah.
Statistics will prove you incorrect.
Hmm. No, I see it all over the place here. You know, the term that I hear nowadays is my truth. Well, that's
Hmm.
my truth. There, there's no such thing as your truth. There's the truth and
Mhm.
there's everything else. There's no your truth.
Right,
Your truth is just your opinion. That is it.
right. Your truth is very important if you never leave your house.
Right. Yeah.
This bar of soap is red. You're like, well, everybody else would say opposite, but if in your house, you can be whatever you want.
Well, not all truths, not all personal truths are still gonna work out for you. I
Right.
don't care what you believe. You probably shouldn't get in the bathtub and then decide to make a piece of toast. You know what I'm saying? Like they just, you
Hey,
know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
You will
Well, we
sincerely
see it
fry.
all the time, guys. I mean, not only is it about what you believe, but it's what people identify themselves as.
Mm.
So I've seen people they identify themselves as being dogs, and they'll have someone else walking them on a leash and petting their head, and they're barking, and I've seen on the videos of them walking on the street, almost like in a parade type thing, with
Hmm.
people walking like they're dogs, and they have a handler, and someone's got a leash on them, and because they're identifying and believing, I guess, to some degree, that they are a canine, and I'm like,
Is
"I
your
don't think
handler
so,
carrying
bro."
around the little plastic bag with them just in
Oh
case an
my
accident
god. Oh,
happens?
wait, no,
Gonna have to be a big plastic bag.
alright, I'm not hungry no more. You did it.
He just gave you K9 reasons not
No
to be
no
hungry.
Sonics for me tonight.
Glad I could help, Joe.
Oh, god. Think you just found me to help me on my weight loss journey. Just bring this up every time I go to eat.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Joe.
Somebody had
Yes.
to potty.
Oh my.
Lord have
how did,
mercy.
how did we get here? So the
Uh,
other aspect of that, like the other angle to it is, one, it's, well, as long as you're
I don't want
sincere.
any angles at all. It's
Now
like, I don't want
this one will be okay. We're
okay.
not, there's no projectiles here.
yeah.
But it's like the first one's like, about being sincere, and everybody's like, oh, okay, cool, I'm sincere. Okay, as long as it's in the right stuff. But the other one is, well, that's not what it means to me. So
Mm,
you can't get in my business about this. Like, get out of my business. Not what it means to me. I can do all this wrong stuff because it doesn't mean that to me.
right.
Or I don't have to follow what you're saying because it's not what it means to me. Like,
Right.
how do you live in a world where it's like you turn all the information off and you just say, between me and the mirror, I'm okay with this? Like,
I
I
think
don't get it.
I think people who say that it's just a different version of my truth.
Mm,
Right? They're not saying my truth, but they're saying the same thing.
hmm.
That's not what it means to me. We can pull up a ton of scripture or whatever and say what it literally says, and people will argue all day long. Well, that's God knows my heart, and that's not what it means to me. It doesn't matter what it means to you. It matters what the word says, and are you following it?
Right.
It's nothing to do with what you think.
Hmm.
Your thoughts, your feelings have absolutely no bearing on what the word says.
Right. Yeah, it's
Anyway,
kind of it's kind of like walking into a facility with that yellow circle with like the little black, kind of dots in it with the radiation, and
yeah,
they're
yeah,
like, that's not what it means to me. Yeah, go in there and find out.
yeah, yeah.
Well, to me, it's just a pretty thing. It looks like a yo-yo. Okay. You're gonna yo-yo yourself right into the grave
Right?
with no string attached, no bell, nothing.
No bell.
But yeah, this the whole idea of that's not what it means to me. It just blows my mind, especially whenever there is an answer, and you're just like, well, I'm like turning a blind. I'm choosing to be
Mm.
like not listening. And a verse that stands out to me that always one of my favorite verses to read. It's 1 Peter 3:15. It says, "But in your hearts honor Christ the Lord as holy, always being prepared to make a defense to anyone who asks you for a reason for the hope that is in you, yet do it in gentleness and respect." So nothing in that verse says tell them what it means to you, or tell them that you could just be sincere and pick whatever you want. It says, no, make a defense for what you believe so they can have hope. And I think so often, when you say this is not what I believe, you're leaving them with nothing, because then now what, as long as if they believe what you believe, then you've just converted somebody into your religion, like your own personal religion or your own personal belief system, instead of giving them truth and objective concepts and ideas, something they can take home and replicate and teach and feel okay about.
Yeah, and if someone believes in if someone believes in what you believe, if that's how you feel about it, right? If that's how you believe about it, if someone believes like you believe, then they also believe that they could do the same thing and just willy-nilly change to whatever they think it should mean.
Right.
Wait, is that why we have 48,000 plus denominations out there of Christianity alone?
Probably something
Yeah,
like that.
sounds about right.
Well,
Lord
one
have
thing that
mercy.
we can be objective about is the earth we live on. It's pretty solid. You know what I'm saying? Because earth is solid and covered in water. But whenever we look at what's on the earth, God made an amazing thing we live on, right?
Mhm.
There's so many places we haven't discovered, things we haven't seen, places we haven't been. It's an amazing, amazing planet. There's so much to talk about with it. But today, I want to tell you guys something maybe you haven't heard before. So, have you ever
Okay.
heard of the door to hell? Right, we're talking about all this amazing stuff. There's some pretty cool stuff on the earth. This place is literally called the door to hell.
No, but I do not want to knock on it.
Yeah, that's not it's a Jehovah Witness nightmare.
Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. I know that in the Bible, Jesus was standing in front of the gates of Gehenna or gates of
Hmm.
hell, Pan's temple or whatever you want to call
Hmm.
it. It was called the gates of hell. Is that
Wow,
what we're
that's
talking about here?
exactly not it.
Okay.
So, so the door to hell is considered the planet's scariest place that attracts travelers. Now,
Hmm.
why would you travel there? I don't know, but it seems cool. So check this out. This place is in Turkmenistan. You guys heard of that country before?
Mhm.
Turkmenistan? Yeah,
Mhm.
it's over there, not over here. So this place is called Darvaza Gas Crater, and it's famous because they had gas there was like a hole, right? And there was
I do
gas in it.
too.
Who's they? Why did they have gas? Were
No,
they
no,
eating KFC?
they found a hole
Yes.
Okay.
with gas,
Okay.
I think it
and
was the onion rings they were eating. That's part of the
yes, the onion
yeah.
ring of fire. So yeah, they have this gaseous hole. You guys have to laugh through this, man. This is
Come
too
on,
funny for
man.
me.
I feel like you're talking about me for a minute. I'm sorry, boys.
I'm having to mute. I'm choking to death over
Yeah,
here
at
laughing so much.
the door to hell. So they walk out there and they're like, "Hey man, there's a lot of poisonous gas coming out of here. What are we gonna do about it? Because we want to explore this area, but we can't until all this gas is gone." So they're like, "All right, what do we do about this gas?" They said, I know what happens. If we light gas on fire, the gas goes away. So they, right, just like in the movies, they throw the match into into the hole, it catches
Uh-huh.
on fire.
Okay.
And they're like, okay, that was expected. It catches on fire. That fire has not gone out since they did this. This happened in let's see, what year was it? I can't remember off the top of my head. It was I'll find out for you in a minute. But this had happened. Fire's been burning for like years and years and years and years, and it hasn't
A
gone out.
long time.
So now they're like, what else is this other than like this is where the door to hell is at, apparently, because this is bad. There's no reason
Wow.
for how long and how much fire this actually is.
This sounds
So,
like some boys from Georgia were over there trying to figure this out. Kyle, was this one of your relatives doing this?
1971.
it's been burning since 1971.
Yeah, 50
That's
plus years.
54 years.
Wow.
Yeah, just been
I was
somebody lit
born.
it on fire and it's just been burning.
Probably one of these smart people, one of these scientists thought that was a good thing to do, you know.
Like,
I
guys,
mean,
check this
I,
out.
but
I still
we're
think
blamed.
I still think it was a redneck.
No, dude, that's why we have global warming. That big fire.
Yep.
And that's why our
That's it.
natural resources are being depleted.
Yep.
They're burning it all off.
Because I fell into a burning ring of fire.
That is crazy, man.
Yeah, they say that the flames from the door to hell have become a permanent fixture in the Turkmen desert landscape, casting an otherworldly reddish orange glow all the time, just every day.
Can they not? I mean, I don't know how big the opening is to this thing. Can they
Oh, it's
not
big.
just?
Huge.
It's
Oh,
huge.
it's
Yeah.
huge. Okay, I was just thinking, maybe try to seal it off to get the fire to stop.
Actually,
230 feet in diameter and 70 feet deep.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, Kyle, to cap this thing off, it would be more detrimental because that gas then would build up, and at some point, somebody's
Well,
gonna go, "Hey,
just
y'all
lo-
know what used to be here? Let me show you." And somebody's gonna light something off and blow up like half the place. So,
No, I mean just cap it off long enough that the fire stops burning, and then remove the cap. That's kind of what I was
But then
thinking.
the area will still be poisonous because of the gas.
Well, yeah, but at
You
least
say,
it'll
yeah,
go
that's
back.
fine.
what type of gas is it?
At least it'll go back to the way it was.
Mm.
It can't be good them changing it. This is I mean, I'm assuming this was a natural thing that's happening, right?
Oh, yeah,
They
for
did.
sure.
So
It's methane gas.
Methane, yeah.
Yeah. So it's just going to be there burning.
yeah, but they want to blame climate change on cow farts.
Exactly. Ridiculous. But yeah, so you look the world over and you see the most outrageous things, and some of them are man-made. God created everything on here, and someone was like, watch this. I'm gonna throw a match and see what happens. 50 years later, we know what happens. Don't do
Dude,
that.
that is a lot of gas coming
Right.
out of there.
Well, and what the implications are here is, like, they found now, I think, off of the coast of Ukraine, they found like all this oil now. Like they said, more oil than they've ever found ever. Now they've got gas that's unending. So we keep talking about fossil fuels or ending resources.
Right.
What has
Yeah.
ended yet? What has gone away? We've got a fire hole that won't stop burning. We've got gas that they keep pumping out the same hole, or petroleum, oil, whatever. What is actually fossil about this stuff if it never stops?
Nothing. That is absolutely a false claim altogether. There is no such thing as a fossil fuel. That is something that was
Just made up.
For
that is
scarcity?
that is a made up thing for the sake of scarcity to make it seem 100%. Yep,
Wow.
that was a marketing ploy that was done early on to make it look like it was a something that a resource that was there wasn't much of, so they could inflate the prices. Yeah, that's essentially all it was. That was the
Yeah,
whole
they just
thing
wanted
behind
to
fossil fuels.
create, this thing about, "Oh, well, we only have so much fossil fuel, and, once it's used up, it's all gone. Sorry." So they drive all the prices. What they have discovered, the people who are honest, is that this is actually a renewable source that the earth creates
Mhm.
this oil or however it
Yeah.
does it, but that it actually, creates it on a constant basis. So we're never gonna run out of oil.
Mm.
I will.
But if I could put it out there that, "Hey, by the way, it's made from dead dinosaurs and we only have so much, and once
Yeah.
that's gone,
I
Yeah.
personally think that I mean, this is just Kyle's thought on this. Okay, I kind of think that the oil that is in the earth is, I don't know, maybe like a lubricant or something like that. And when we remove this lubricant, we experience things like earthquakes and that sort of stuff.
So more friction with less lubricant.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
My thought.
So according to the scientists, is that why we reuse the KFC oil 3 times?
Possibly.
I think so.